Ireland. We're not far from the capital, Dublin. Euromaxx reporter Andreas Korn was supposed to meet the happy couple here. But then he gets a worried call from them. The suits tailor-made for Wayne Kavanagh and Heitor Rohrer will not be ready in time. The two are at wit's end. Together with Andreas, they go to the shopping mall. They need new suits, and fast.
I can see there's some colours that are similar to what we were looking at already, so even these two.
What's the occasion?
It's for a wedding, and it's kind of an emergency last minute, so the wedding's on this Sunday.
Okay. So not much time to go.
I know, and we were looking to see if we can get something to fit.
Sales assistant Stephen takes their measurements right away and looks for something the two can try on. But is it the right size? There's no time for adjustments. And indeed, Wayne's vest is a little too loose, and Heitor's trousers are pretty tight.
I was skinny, but there's a bit too much.
But Stephen doesn't give up and does what he can to make everything fit with success. A happy ending.
Wow. There are the two gentlemen.
Yeah. I'm happy to walk down the aisle to them.
For Stephen, it's mission accomplished. Meeting with Wayne and Heitor's approval.
All happy?
Yeah, all good.
At home in Edinderry, the couple clear the floor for what they claim is the very first rehearsal of the wedding dance.
This will be great.
The two live with their 4 dogs in a semi-detached house they just bought. Heitor comes from Brazil. Wayne is a native Irishman. The two have been a couple for 7 years. They've been planning a wedding since same-sex marriage was introduced in Ireland. That was in 2015.
This marriage for me means everything. It's something that... Oh, jeez. This marriage for me means everything. Because Wayne is such a special person. And just to be allowed to marry the person that you love, I'm sure it's special for anyone who is getting married. But for us, it's just an achievement. Oh, God.
Same-sex marriage was introduced by referendum in Ireland, one of Europe's most Catholic countries. But church weddings are still not possible. In the small village of Cappoquin on the Blackwater River, Andreas Korn meets Lynn Glasgow. She will be the master of ceremonies at the wedding. She describes an Irish wedding custom that Wayne and Heitor have chosen.
One of the elements they have is the ring warming. Both the rings are passed from person to person. And what they do is they quietly hold the rings and then they make their wishes or everything that they want for the couple.
Another commitment ritual is known as hand fasting.
It's the binding of the hands is like the binding of your vows.
Okay.
13 different colors, ribbons have 13 different meanings. If it's a green ribbon, that is physical health and financial health.
Lynn shows how it's done. The wrists are tied together in accordance with ancient Celtic tradition. Silver stands for creativity, pink for love and luck. The binding of hands symbolizes the bond of marriage.
And we now stay together until this.
Yeah, we're hand-fasted now.
We're hand-fasted.
The ceremony will take place on this 13th century estate. The former Ballymagarvey Manor is a popular location for weddings. The couple has planned this day down to the smallest detail. In a special gesture before the wedding, the closest relatives receive lovingly chosen gifts, like Heitor's sister Paulina. She arrived from Brazil a week ago.
Yeah, they do it in Brazil a lot for people who are in the wedding, you know. It's really nice. There's perfume.
Yeah, what did you get?
This bracelet here, isn't it beautiful? It's just like them, you know, that's how they are. Like, they like to make everything so special.
Then it's time for Wayne and Heitor to get dressed. The witnesses and guests are also preparing for the solemn ceremony, which is drawing closer and closer by the minute. They return in their new wedding suits. Finally, the time has come.
It's such a delight to welcome you here today to perform the wedding ceremony of Heitor and Wayne. They will celebrate their love with the blessings of the people who matter most to them. What I now ask is that the family and wedding party warm these rings by passing them just down the first 2 rows.
Before Wayne and Heitor exchange the warmed-up rings, they say their vows.
Today, I vow to love you, appreciate you, respect you, and support you as your best friend and now also as your husband. I love you now, and I always will.
Heitor, we've come. We've come through some challenging and testing times together. But the main thing is that we've managed to get through these things together. Together, let us build a home filled with laughter. Let us be partners, friends, and lovers today and all of days that follow.
Thank you. And now for the exchange of rings.
Then comes the hand-fasting ceremony.
As this knot is tied, so are your lives now bound.
What's especially impressive is how the families have come together at this Irish-Brazilian wedding. 200 friends and relatives celebrate Wayne and Heitor's love for one another. Then comes the big moment the two have practiced so diligently for.
You held my heart in your hand while it was still beating.
This is just the start, you know, like we've been together almost 8 years now, and we just feel that it's a new beginning, you know, like as a married couple, we wish to have a family, you know, that's something that we definitely want to work towards, and yeah, there's a lot of plans, there's much more to come. Yeah.
Now that their wish for a wedding has come true, Heitor and Wayne are looking forward to a bright future.